Hey, all you Golemancers out there. Thanks for coming back. This is Bronze Dragon coming at you with a new game. This is Golem Overlord. This was released today on splex.gg, and you can find a link on the website on splex.gg at the top. And you can also find the URL in the show notes. I am including my referral link, so if you want to start, please use it. It doesn't cost you anything extra and it gives me a little bit to keep going. So with that said, it went live today and I was able to dive in. There's a pretty good learning curve here, and there's a few things here that I want to tell you that if you're going to dive in that you should know, so please stay tuned. With that said, I'm Bronze Dragon. I bring you Splinterlands, Splinter Forge, and several other game news at this point because I'm just a gamer at heart. So with that said, let's dive in and take a look at this. Now, at the heart of this, I've played games like this before, but they weren't necessarily blockchain games. One comes to mind, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a mafia type game. Okay, so the stats are kind of similar. They were named differently, but one's stat's always going to be attack, and one stat's always going to be defense and such. But basically, the idea is you earn a certain amount of cryptocurrency as time goes along. That's affected by certain factors that change your equation, in other words. And you have a certain amount of tax that you can do on a daily basis. And people can attack you. And in this game, you can only claim your cryptocurrency once every 8 hours. So as it builds and you increase your character stats, you actually build your stash faster and earn faster, but people see that and they can attack you. So it's going to be a game of keeping an eye on it. And in his white paper, he states, he or she, I don't know if it's he or she, but they state that they're specifically making this game to be anti-bot. So they don't want bots playing. But it's going to be a game where you're going to want to keep your eye on it. You're going to want to burn your part, which is one of the cryptocurrencies involved, to increase your stats. You're going to want to attack with a certain frequency. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm not going to make this overly long because I'm not going to pretend I know everything about it. I just dove in today. I did bought the staff, which is roughly $8 to $10 US worth, that you put in on Hive Engine. As far as you have to have 20 Hive, and then you can go to the website and buy your staff and start playing. Anyway, I did that today, and I've been basically looking over the UI for several hours, trying to see if I could glean any further information on how to play. And if you have any information that I don't, please leave it in the comments, because I would like to get, I don't think there are guilds in this game, but if they do add guilds, I would like to get a guild going, throw back and forth our information so we can play better. So the top left, I will point out that for a limited time, they do have a special launch event going on where there's plus 25% rep bonus for burn. Let's look down here to the right. It's good for another almost 3 days, 2 days, 18 hours. And there are some bonuses to some things going on in the game. So if you want to start, now's the time to do it. Up here at the top, we'll just go down the line and quickly cover everything. This is your level. Your level determines the max level of your skills. Obviously, you level up, you can skill up. You get experience at every full hour. Check reputation help for more information. And then one nice thing about this game is they show you the exact formulas they're using. So I'm not a great mathematician, but if you're good at math, you can use that to extrapolate, right? The next bar is reputation. You get a base rate of 0.1 experience per hour. Additionally, you can burn part which is the main cryptocurrency, to add to your reputation. 2% of your reputation is converted to experience every hour. This is capped at 10% of your needed experience for your current level. So, this obviously tells me you're going to want to raise your level, as with every game, and you're going to want to raise your reputation. The first of the stats is algorithm, increases your part scavenge rate. Second is power. Power determines your strength when attacking. Pretty straightforward. You're going to want to get more powerful. And backing that up, fortification determines your strength when attacked. So you're going to want to be able to attack, and you're going to want to defend yourself when you're offline. So the next stat, which was kind of interesting, is Golem charging station. Charging station increases your part scavenge rate. So both algorithm and charging station increase your scavenge rate. So what this tells me is, as your level and your algorithm and your charging station go up, you're going to get part faster, but that also means that you become a more attractive target as that part level goes up. So you're going to have to keep your eye on it and kind of come up with your own plan of when you want to claim, because you can only claim once every 8 hours. The next one's interesting, faith. Faith increases the amount you steal on successful attacks. Faith also determines your maximum shard chance. There will also be a minimum faith level on all skill NFTs. So thus far, I have no information on NFTs, okay? But from this stat, this tells me that you're going to want to increase your faith, because even if you win a battle, if your faith is low, you're not going to get much. Obviously, I think in the big picture, you're going to want to up everything, but you're going to have to come up with your own strategy, because whenever you claim your part or parts, you're going to have to burn them to be able to up each of your stats. And to the right, you can see so you can see that today, as soon as I jumped in and started getting attacked because they saw I had a few parts there, I went ahead and I upped each of my stats really fast, one each, because obviously I didn't have much time to figure out what I wanted to do. So I just went with one each. I had 4, so I burned those 4. But you can see to the right that if I want to raise algorithm again, it's going to take 4 parts. If I want to raise power to 3, it's going to take 3 parts. Fortification, 3 parts. Charging station to 3 is going to take 5 parts. And faith is going to take 1 part. So you can see that they weighed them a little bit differently. I guess obviously they consider them a little bit more dear and need to charge more for them. Obviously, as the game fleshes out, we'll see how that works out. The last thing here in the left column is banked. Banked reflects your staked part. So this is when you go in and you stake your cryptocurrency, just like in other games. You can stake part, and what that does is the amount of parts you can carry before needing to claim is determined by the staked part. So the more part you have staked, the more you can carry. And it goes on to say the right number shows how many hours worth you can carry. Base carry cap is 8 hours of scavenging income. So I'm not going to pretend like I understand this 100%. I'm just into this. I wanted to get this video out soon to kind of give everybody an idea of what they're jumping into, if you're going to jump into it. Over here to the right, up here in the middle, you can click on this little picture, and you get the Overlord statistics. Over here to the right, you have a picture, and you can select, and then you can choose. You do have titles, so I just earned a couple titles for being one of the first persons to play. So I'll just choose one, and then you can pick whatever picture you like. I don't think it matters to represent you. I selected this because it looked kind of like an Imperial Stormtrooper, one of the TIE Fighter ones. And then over to the right in this box, it gives you several pieces of key information as far as the amount of parts that you've claimed. As far as I know, down here in the middle, this is what you're earning, and this is this is your stash, and this is what's available for people if they attack you. They can get a portion of this depending upon how well they do against attacking you and their stats. And they can see that. So you can go into the attack list and you can see who has more parts and choose to attack them. And I think it's kind of not, you can see their stats. So I don't think I think that might be game breaking. I think that might be something that changes, because I don't think that's exactly, obviously you see somebody with stats bigger than yours, you're not going to attack them, right? Or the other way around, if you go to attack somebody, you're going to attack people that have lower stats. So in most other games, those stats are kind of hidden in some way. So we'll see how the game evolves. But back up here, this is the amount of parts that you have claimed and are, I guess, safe from being, scavenged when people attack you. This is Ancient Shard, which is a secondary cryptocurrency. And by the way, you can trade back and forth part and shard. So we can send it back and forth. You can do other things with it. At this point, I don't know what there is you can do. I guess you could send it to Hive Engine and sell it. I don't know. I had just looked earlier. Let's check again. So part and shard are on Hive Engine. Here's shard. I guess it showed a few for sale, but they are asking pretty high dollar. So they're there. You theoretically could do that and move them around as a cryptocurrency. Obviously, and that is the wrong page. Back to the right page. Obviously, going forward, we'll see, but they are cryptocurrencies and you can move them around. So. And then this third in the left underneath your picture is your rating. You can check out the leaderboards and move up and down on the leaderboards. I'm not sure if there are prizes for being on the leaderboard, or if you win a certain amount, at the end of a season. I'm not sure of that. But there's a leaderboard, and like I told you before, this is where you can actually see. Like I can see Zilmos, he's rated #1 currently, and I can see his stats. Since this is the first day, I have no idea how they got stats that high. I would like to know, because I don't know. I thought this was all very limited in the fact that you could only claim once per 8 hours, and obviously you have 8 attacks that you can do, and each attack recharges at 1 per hour. So theoretically, you have 24 attacks in a day. And to my best way of thinking, your best way of using those attacks would be right before you claimed, because then you could attack, scavenge, earn some part, and then you could claim it. And then you could use it towards burning for your stats or your reputation or whatever you wanted to use it for. I'm not sure how on the first day they've got up that high, because I haven't found a way yet that you can go in. They do mention buying chests, but I haven't found a place where the chests are available. So just to finish off this right box up here, we have what you're earning per day, or per hour and per day. The second box under that tells you how many parts you've burned in the last 24 hours. Same way with shards, and same way with how many shards you've claimed in the last 24 hours. How many battles you've had, and referrals. So I'm not quite sure that this is working correctly, because I know I fought 1 battle today, and that's not represented here. So down at the bottom, in the middle, once again, you see your stash. It tells you how long before you can claim again. It tells you, basically how much is accruing for you as far as parts and shards go. As your parts go up, your shard level percentage chance of getting a shard goes up. So I'm at 18 of 50%. It looks like it's capped off at 50%. Over here to the right, this is where you would go to the battle, although you could do it from the leaderboard as well, because you click, you look at, find who you want to battle, then come over to the right and just click on this little axe icon and it'll do a battle. And it's just an auto battle. It doesn't really take anything from you. You just basically have to compare your stats and fight against people you think you can beat. Looks like there's two options that are coming that are not in the game yet: exploration and boss fights. We'll have to check those out when they come out. Trade part, trade shard. I mentioned that you can, since these are cryptocurrencies, you can trade them back and forth, buy, sell, trade, whatever with them, just like any other cryptocurrency. Then you have access to your accounts and going back to Splex. Now, down here you also have a direct link to the white paper if you want to read it. The white paper didn't have a whole lot of information to it. It kind of is like he put together the white paper but has not kind of finished. It's almost like his notebook. He's using it like a notebook. He's got ideas. He throws ideas out. Some of the stuff's in game. Some of the stuff hasn't been hashed out yet. There's a lot of ideas in there. It's kind of like you're looking at the notebook that he's going by through development. And then you can click on statistics. And then this is the referral link that I'm sharing in this video, which I hope you use. But after you do and start playing, you can get your own referral link and spread it out to your friends or family or whoever wants to play this. So, and down here to the left, finally, you have an activity log. You can see when I logged in, I gained a little bit of part. I got 2 new titles just by logging in during the alpha. I claimed my part after I had been attacked a few times, and I was like, oh, wow, what's happening, you know? So don't be surprised when you log in. I would suggest, well, it's a tough call. I would suggest go ahead and claiming your parts that you have available. You should have like 4, and then using them to up your stats in some way. And then waiting for your battles, or waiting for the 8 hours to expire so you can claim again. But right before you claim, do your 8 battles and then claim. And then this starts the evolution. You know, I guess this will change as we play the game more, but that's my best way of thinking right now. And then looking back at this, you see that I upgraded all my stats by 1. And I did attack one guy and I won 0.7 parts. But here's the thing. After you win, it gets dumped into your stash. So if you claim and then do a bunch of battles, all that's sitting in your stash, you become a juicy target. So just keep that in mind. And see, somebody attacked me, Millionaire attacked me, and I successfully defended, only losing 0.1 part. So I guess you can win, but you still lose a little bit. I guess 0.1 is better than more than 0.1, right? Anyway, this has been not so quickie. It seems like whenever I said this is going to be a quick video, it ends up being rather long. But I just wanted to get this information out there. Once again, this is Bronze Dragon. Please like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And please use my referral link. With that said, I hope everyone in your home is happy and healthy, and I will see you on the flip side.